In today's video, we're going to be touching up on exactly how you guys as a beginner can improve at Warzone. This is specifically for movement. This is not really too much about aim, but this is for beginners and how you guys can actually improve at the game if you guys are new or if you guys have been playing the game for a long time. I'm going to be going over about 3 different ways you guys can actually improve your movement, 3 different maneuvers, and I'm sure you guys probably have heard of these already, but some of you guys probably don't know how they actually work. So in today's video, we'll be breaking it all down and show you guys everything you guys need to know. I'm going to be doing many more videos like this. If you guys do enjoy today's video, be sure to drop a like if you guys haven't already. Subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already as well. And for the sake of the video, I am actually on console. I'm on my PS4 at the moment. So if you guys are wondering what I'm actually, playing on, this is on console on a PlayStation 4. I don't want you guys thinking that you can't have good movement on console, because guys, that is completely false. You can have crickety crack movement. It doesn't matter what you guys actually play on. So with that being said, the first thing we're gonna actually touch up before we get into any movement mechanics is going to be our settings, guys. We're going to slide over to the settings area because there's some things you guys might want to switch over if you guys are trying to improve with Warzone. Starting off in the controller section of the options, I'm going to slide down to the bottom, and this is where all the juicy stuff is at. All right, this is where a lot of the big things you guys want to change that's going to improve your gameplay dramatically. Parachute auto redeploy, guys. I personally have this off. The reason why I have this off is mainly because I don't like my parachute opening automatically. It allows you to land much faster and grab weapons and armor faster than those that are around you. So if you guys are using auto deploy, you guys can leave it on if you guys want to. It's not really that big of a deal, but if you guys are trying to get guns faster, I would definitely recommend disabling it. It's gonna suck because a couple of times you're probably gonna break your legs until you actually learn that your parachute's not gonna open. But once you guys learn that part through, it is a pretty good improvement, and that's like something huge that I've actually taken for a very long time. Next up, going to automatic sprint, guys. I recommend you guys switch to automatic tactical sprint. Okay, what does this do? Well, I'm going to describe this real quick. If I keep this disabled, it's going to require me to press 2 times on my left joystick to sprint, right? So it's not as fluid, and it does hurt your left thumb if you're doing it a lot. I can definitely vouch because I actually used to play on this, and slide canceling is just not as fluid when you do it like this. You can do it and it's no problem, but if you guys are playing 2-3 hours a day or more, it will definitely get very, very old, and your thumb will get very tired very fast. So I recommend you guys actually turn it to automatic tac sprint. What it's going to do is, as soon as you press forward on your left joystick, you're automatically going to be in a tactical sprint, which is going to be much better if you guys are trying to slide cancel or do any advanced mechanics, because to be honest, guys, most advanced mechanics require you tactical sprinting or being in the fastest form of sprinting in the game. So I highly recommend you guys turn that on. As for the other settings, I wouldn't really worry about these too much. Tactical sprint, you can put this on single tap and sprint. That's what I have it on. This doesn't really matter that much. Slide behavior, guys, now this is very important as well. Make sure you guys have this set to tap and not hold. Tap is going to allow your slide cancels to be much better. If you actually put it on hold, it's going to require you to hold your circle button, which makes your slide cancels like really bad. It makes it basically not work, and they're not as consistent because you actually have to hold down circle instead of tap it. So if you guys do have that on hold, which is the default button layout, then I do recommend you guys switch that over to tap. That's going to make your movement much more fluid. Trust me, it's going to be a lot better if you guys are trying to slide cancel, and you can be much more fluid when it comes to your slide cancels and your overall just movement in Warzone. Alright guys, and the last thing I want to touch up on is your use/reload behavior. Since we're already here, I might as well go ahead and touch up on this as well. But basically, you want to set this to contextual tap. This is going to really help things out if you guys are trying to open crates or open doors. If you have this on tap to reload, you actually have to hold down square to open chests, which is not very good. As you guys can see, you see the square, it's actually has to be held down with that blue little ring around it. But if you were to use contextual tap, it actually allows you to just tap square, which is much faster. It's going to do the same thing for opening chests or even picking up guns off the ground, which means you're going to be able to pick up things much faster. So those are my quick settings I want to show you guys before we actually get to the movement guide, because having those things set to what I just showed you are going to make your movement much better and easier to actually perform on a consistent basis. But anyway, guys, with that being said, we're going to go into the 3 things I feel like you guys should use to improve your movement. And the first thing is going to be obviously slide canceling. You guys have been seeing me doing it for the first, I don't know, like 4 minutes. I've been recording already. All slide canceling is you are going into a tactical sprint like this, and in order to know you're actually in a tactical sprint, you would know because your gun is going in the air like this. If you're going to a regular sprint where your gun is just like this, where it's not exactly doing that, you can technically still slide cancel, so it doesn't really matter that much. But going to a tactical sprint will allow your slide cancels to be a lot more faster and more fluid. but it doesn't really matter either way. But for the most part, in order to slide cancel, you want to go into tactical sprint and press circle X. All this does basically is it allows you to slide. You're going to cancel your slide, then you're going to press X to go back up. A lot of people press circle, which can actually accidentally make you prone like this, which you don't want to do in the middle of the fight. Obviously, you want to actually make sure you're jumping and or not jumping, but standing back up, but you're pressing the jump button to actually stand back up instead of just pressing circle, which makes the likelihood of you going prone basically non-existent. You probably will never go prone if you're actually pressing circle X. And this is a pretty easy mechanic right here. It does take some practice and it takes a little bit of getting used to the button configuration, but once you guys get it down, trust me, this is a very useful movement mechanic, and it's pretty simple. So that is why it's #1 spot on our beginner's guide. Once again, for those of you that didn't hear that first part, you want to press circle X, not circle, not circle triangle. That's going to make you swap guns. That's not what you want to do. Circle X is going to give you the perfect slide cancel, and with this you can actually measure out your slide cancels as well. So if you want to have a fast slide cancel, let's just say someone was right here in this trash can. Oops, someone was right there. If you want to have like a shorter slide cancel, you can just slight little short cancel right there. Nothing super long there. If you guys want to have a more longer slide cancel, you just let it slide a little bit longer, then you can stop and start shooting. It's a much easier way to actually control the duration of your slides, and therefore have much more, I guess you could say, flexibility when it comes to your movement. All right guys, so for the second movement mechanic I want to show you guys, that's really simple and really good for beginners. This has to do with your gunfights, but this one is basically just drop shotting. I'm sure many of you guys have probably heard of this if you guys have played other Call of Duty titles, but drop shotting is basically shooting someone and dropping to the ground as you're shooting. This is a very big advantage, specifically in Warzone, because Warzone is one of the only games of Call of Duty that allows you to keep ADSing while you shoot and jump, which is very important. Most games like Black Ops 3 makes it to where when you crouch, you kind of like unaim, and it does throw you off a little bit, but on Warzone, that's not the case. You can just keep crouching the entire time, which makes it a very good movement strategy. To do this, all you have to do is pretty straightforward. Just hold down whatever you are pressing to shoot, and then obviously hold down whatever you're pressing to crouch. If you guys are on keyboard and mouse, you probably gonna be pressing control. If you guys are a controller, you probably be pressing either circle if you're on PS4 or B if you're on Xbox One. But doing that will help a lot in most of your gunfights. Trust me, that is a really big mechanic that not a lot of people abuse, and I see people do it all the time. And I'm not gonna lie, even for me, a person that's been playing Warzone since forever, it still throws me off whenever someone drop shots. Like, I usually cannot track it if I'm not expecting it, and it's a good chance they're gonna win the fight. So drop shotting is, it's kind of annoying for me. I'm not gonna lie, it kind of gets me upset when someone does it, but I'm not gonna lie, like, to be honest, it definitely works, and it's a really good movement mechanic, and it's pretty easy to learn. Now guys, do keep in mind that you want to be careful when doing drop shots, because if you guys are close to a wall and you guys go prone, you will get prone blocked. You guys see that word right there, prone block? That's not very good. That's gonna mean you cannot look anymore to the left. As you guys can see, I'm locked. Like, I can't look to the left. I can look to the right, but as soon as I get to a certain look, I can't look to the right either. So if there's somebody right here in that box and I drop shot right here too close to this wall, I'm not gonna be able to look at them no matter which way I'm looking. So make sure when you guys do drop shot, you're not anywhere close to anything that can actually make you prone block. You guys are nice in the open where you can spin around in circles as you guys please. So with that being said, this is going to go ahead and lead us to our last movement tip of today's video, which has to do with something that we kind of just mentioned, but the opposite. Okay, so instead of drop shotting, we actually going to have to learn how to jump shot, guys. Jump shot is obviously, it's pretty straightforward, but basically you're jumping as you're shooting. And why is this important? Well, you always want to keep your body moving around when you're fighting. You want to be strafing left and right, especially if you guys are in close range fights. If you guys are far range, it probably doesn't matter as much, but obviously if you guys are at close range, jumping up and down is going to make it a lot harder for your enemy to track you. It's going to make you very agile, which makes it very hard and very easy to actually break your enemy's aim assist. So jumping up and down helps break the aim assist, and it keeps your head moving up and down, which means they have to track you more if they actually want to hit more headshots, which obviously if they're shooting your feet, then they're not going to do as much damage as shooting your head. So that's a really good mechanic. I don't have any ammo on my gun real quick, so I'm gonna just kindly just do something real quick to get my ammo on my guns, because I don't have any right now. Wow, how am I still alive? Thank you. But jump shot is pretty simple. All you have to do is just jump and shoot. It's really easy. Depending on your button configuration, this might actually not be possible to track while jumping up and down, because if you guys are holding the controller the normal way with the default button layout, you actually have to use your thumb to look around. If you move your thumb to your X button, you won't actually be able to jump and look around at the same time. So technically you could still do it, but it's not going to be as accurate. you're not going to be able to track as well. But if you guys do have a different button layout, which most of you guys probably do, then I'd go ahead and recommend you. I recommend you guys actually learn this down, because it's going to be super useful in mini gunfights. And I'm sure if you guys watch my gameplay, you guys notice I do this all the time. It's really useful, and it helps me kill lots of really good players all the time. So with jump shotting being out the way, those are my 3 best tips I have for beginners. If you guys did enjoy the video, be sure to drop a like if you guys haven't already. Subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already as well, and post notifications. If you guys want any more guides on other movement mechanics, let me know in the comment section below. I'll love to touch up on these on a different video. In the next video, we'll be touching up on some more important and more advanced mechanics like bunny hopping, even mounting and slide canceling in a different way, as well as snaking and slide boosting, which are some other advanced mechanics that obviously I'm sure you guys probably would want to know as well. But with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace, love, and understanding always.